Ah. I'm Billie Goose, the silly goose, and I hope you have your pencils ready. And also, I don't know why my eyes keep crossing. It looks like I have a lazy eye when I look to the side. I don't know what's up with that. Do you see this? Is it doing it in YouTube? Because it's doing it on Wire though. It's wild. Anywho, today we are doing more 100 heads. We've only gotten 4 done so far, so I think today we might try just sketching the heads to get a few more heads made, if that makes sense. Like, I don't think we have to do the full coloring, full rendering this time. But, meanwhile, today has been a day. Wild goose. Yeah, I feel wild today, honestly. Like, my brain is not computing. I went to bed not even that late. Not even that late. It was like 11. That's not late. That's not bad. But I wake up early, like 6:15. Or well, closer to 6:30. And so it was not a lot of sleep. And then my cat was being an asshole all night. That's the only way I can describe it. She kept scratching at my door. She kept meowing. She kept being a bitch. And she has food. She has water. She has a litter box. But she just... So I had to keep going... Pss, 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 pss. Here, kitty, 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 kitty. Until she would jump up into my bed and then sleep for like a half hour. And then wake up and do it again. I don't know. I don't know what her problem is. But I got like no sleep. And then I went to take an hour nap after I woke up because, yes, it's considered a nap if you've been up for like a half an hour. It's not considered just going back to bed. It's considered a nap. Went to take a nap for an hour. It ended up being 3 hours. I have been so tired and so off all day because of that. Yeah, it's just being a brat lately. I don't know what it is. Like, she's been peeing on the floor. She's been being wild at night. I don't know why. I don't understand. This is why I could never be a cat girl. I cannot compute what is wrong with her. But if I seem a little bit like groggy or off or spacey today, it's because my brain is not working. More so than usual. A bit spacey, but Let's see. What else is on the agenda today? I'm like loading up my iPad, which is only the the battery is at 5%. It is plugged in. So hopefully it doesn't die on us. That would be very unfortunate. But it's plugged in. I have high hopes. You had a dog that really liked running in circles for hours and bark for no reason. That would drive me nuts. Not gonna lie. Did I just hear a bark through my headphones, or is that just me? I swear I heard a bark. You know, Mr. Goose is home. He can take care of that. That's not my problem. The usual battery level is yes, it's dying. So this is where we're at in our 100 heads challenge so far. Let me move it over. Just un peu. Also, I don't know why you were invisible. That's not fair. I'll move me down here. I'll move you over here. Perfect. Perfect. I might make you even a little bigger and put you over here. That should be fine. We'll put it here. Bum, bum, bum. Should I be smaller and higher up? I guess that works. And then I got Pinterest! Good old Pinterest. To find our heads that we're gonna draw today. And now the weather's getting a lot nicer. So I figured we would draw some like sunny people. It looks very summery in this folder. Nowadays, he's living on a farm, and apparently he isn't fond of cows. Oh! Poor guy. Poor guy. My iPad turned off. Not off, but like, it went to sleep. We cannot be having that. Okay. I logged back in. That's fine. You know, I know that like a lot of dogs are really happy on a farm. Like, but it's sad when they're not, you know? You'd think they would fit in pretty well. Also, if you're wondering why I'm not wearing my new outfit, I just haven't gotten around to setting that up yet, because I've been stupid busy with stupid things constantly. And other good news though. Why does it go to sleep so fast? Why does it go to sleep so fast? Is that because the battery is low? Is that a thing? Okay, I'm just gonna have to keep touching the screen. Ah! He went there because he developed aggressive. Oh. Oh. That's sad. That's sad. Freaking. I can't really. I have the best dog ever. She is my princess. I don't know how else to explain. She is the best pupper in the whole world. But there he can put it to good use. That's fair. That's fair. Get some of that energy out and like be productive guarding things. That makes sense. At least it's not the metaphorical farm of like, oh yeah, we sent them to a farm upstate. See, that line never worked in my family because one, we were too accustomed to animal death because, you know, my family had a little farm. And by a little farm, I mean it was like more of a barn, but so like animals just died all the time. Like it was kind of part of life because they had so many animals. And nobody could say, oh, we sent them to a farm, because then in my brain I'd just be like, oh, so I can see them next week. A guard dog, even though he's more wolf than dog. Ooh, I do love wolf dogs. Wolf dogs are gorgeous. And like, sometimes they just have the right temperament. I know sometimes like they don't, but sometimes they do. It's nice. Merciful sharpness and all. Shovels. I know. I think I'm gonna start with this head because it looks very nice. This is a very aesthetic picture to me. I like the beret. I like the drink. I don't know what this is. It looks like one of those applesauce pouches. But it's very aesthetic. So while me yap, I will try drawing this. I'm gonna try drawing multiple heads just sketched on this one page, if that makes sense. At least two. At least two. Your grandmother told you a story earlier about how they used to have a flock of geese. They had a flock of geese! Maybe I know them. Any geese I would know? Let's see. I'm gonna say the eyes are like there. There. One thing I have noticed with this challenge is I'm not as good of a drawer as I used to think. Which isn't necessarily like the worst thing in the world, because I'm improving. I'm improving definitely, but like I have a lot to work on. Let's see. And the jaw, I would say the mouth is like there, and then the nose is like there, but more like up. And then the eyes like there. Definitely gave more of anime eye look, but that's probably fine. Wow. I managed to draw a pretty good picture of me recently. That made me really happy. But not gonna lie, I cheated a little bit because I was like, you know what? I made my model. So technically, it's not really cheating if I, like, sketch out the main plot points for the pose. By drawing over. You know what I mean? Like, I drew a circle over my head, and then I drew circles where my shoulders would go, and then, like, just, like, parts of the body that, like, where I wanted them positioned. So I cheated a little bit. But I was tracing my own artwork, so at the same time, it wasn't cheating. You know what I mean? But it worked out pretty good. It worked out pretty good. Let's see. And the bangs are like... Oops, way too thick of a line. Boom, boom, boom. The geese would go up to the house to get food on their way back to whenever they stayed, and then they would soil the pool. See, no peeing in the pool! That's a cardinal rule! No peeing or pooping in the pool! And I know if it was geese, they were pooping in the pool. Geese other than myself are gross. Sometimes. Yeah! Yeah, I drew it, I posted it on Twitter. Do I have it, like, readily available? I probably do. Bum bum ba dum. Save image. Sure. Let me show you. Image. New image. Boom! So I traced the pose from... well, not traced the pose. I, like, outlined. I put where the shoulders would be. I put where the elbows would be. And then I did my best to match the lines where I thought they would go. And, yeah. Yeah. You were taking screenshots on my last stream to study the components to probably be able to draw. Yeah. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see it. Yeah, this made me so happy though. Like, I learned how, like, what the add layer does. So, like, the highlight on my booba is an add layer. Which, instead of, like, just overlay or hard light, which adds a little bit more color variation when it's Gaussian blurred. And then, like, I have, like, an add layer in the bangs. And I did, like, lots of layers of shading on the face in hopes that it would be, like, good. I don't know. My little ramble. Why? I fell asleep again. If my iPad is so mean. It's like, if you're not gonna pay attention to me, I'm gonna fall asleep. Like, what? No. Yeah, now it's on though. But it was very fun to like just not worry as much about figuring out where every exact piece of my body was gonna fall, if that makes sense, and then just like focusing my time on more coloring and whatnot. Because also I was like, how the hell is my hair gonna fall? How is this gonna fall? And it helped a lot. I know there is like a website like for reference poses. And I wanted to do that for like 30-second sketches because I thought it could be really fun to do a 30-second sketches theme or stream. But then I realized that even when you click like you want your models to be clothed, sometimes they show you naked people. And I'm like, YouTube would get really mad at me for that. YouTube would be so pissed. So I opted against. Thank you. You have trouble figuring out proportions? Same. Like, I can kind of wing it sometimes. Like, it's something that definitely comes better with practice. But it's one of the things that I very much don't fully understand. I know there's, like, ratios and stuff that for sure help, but... not all ratios are applicable to every face, so it's hard. Oop, this layer. That being said, I'm not mad at this sketch so far. I mean, like, it's not done. It's not done, but it's not so bad. I feel like the jaw could be elongated, and like that is something I might try to fix. But because I'm using digital art, I can kind of cheat it and be like, I want this to be longer. Yeah, that worked. And then let's see. It looks like the neck goes like right behind the chin here. And then it stems from up here, but like yeah. We can get rid of that line. Wow. It's not looking cursed. I'm sorry. The way these usually go is I get one good drawing in and then the rest end up being cursed. So like don't feel like it's out of the question just yet. It's never fully out of the question. Okay. Now where does the first of all, that comes out like that. I know that. And then we're gonna draw one of those thingies and then some lines. But where does the cup go? I think the cup goes like here. Ah! I hate when I'm drawing a curved line and I can't get it to land where I want it to go. That is the disappointment. I don't know what I just heard outside my door, but I'm not gonna find out. I think it was my dog. But she should be fine. I let her out not that long ago. Mr. Goose is home. You can be a dad to my dog. Speaking of drawing, you were suggested to draw something on a melon. Oh! I feel like that's a good challenge because you're drawing on a rounded surface. I can see that being a really good challenge. What'd you draw? See, I would have had to have drawn melons on a melon. I had to make sure my eyebrows actually lifted when I said that. Ah, okay. So we got the straw. I'm gonna have to erase this lip, but I'm only gonna erase it like slightly so that I have the general position of it. Lips are always so hard. They're so hard. I just want them to look like juicy lips. Got to clean up this. And then the nose. Challenge, you were just trying to annoy your grandmother with your autistic sense. I mean, that works too! Honestly, sometimes the simplest drawings are the most effective. Let's see. Do I even want to bother drawing the nostrils? I'll draw one nostril. Oh, this nose is already looking better than most of my other noses. Heck yeah. I mean, that's not saying much. My noses don't usually come out looking like noses at all. But I'm also going to select the eyes in hopes that if I widen them and move them down a little bit. I also think I drew the bottom lash too far away. I don't think they need to be down that far. But they're fairly close to the edge of the face. And actually, yeah, I do think they need to be down that far because I'm going to erase this lower lash line. And I want to make it a prettier shape. Heck yeah. And then this curves around. I feel like this eye specifically needs to be closer to the edge. So that I can draw the side of the eye and bring it in. I think I like that. I can't tell. I just gotta keep going. Then how far in from the lash did I go? I went like that far in. Okay. That's not so bad. I think I have to get rid of a little bit of the eyelash. I think I have to move each of the eyes separately. I think this eye needs to go there. It's a little anime-fied, but like that's fine. I'm gonna move the nose down a little bit too, and I might make it a little smaller. Yeah! Yeah! You hear unidentified noises behind the door. You hearing what you think is a mouse becoming someone's dinner from time to time. Ah! No! On like your end or my end? Because I can absolutely say that's not the case on my end. My cats have not killed a single gosh darn mouse. Which is surprising! It's surprising! From time to time, I still get a mouse in my house, and I don't know. The iPad just fell asleep. On yours? Oh! You have mice still too? I thought you got rid of them. I also have a Red Bull. It's keeping my wings in check. Wow. Okay, and now I need to draw a hand. I don't want to draw a hand. So it looks like the middle finger goes like there. During the nights, you sometime hear critters becoming dinner outside your windows. Oh! At least it's not you becoming dinner. All the animals outside are fed, and they will never eat you. That's like one of my worst fears. I don't know why, is that like one day I'm gonna go outside and like an animal is just gonna eat me. It might just be a me problem. Usually it's bugs that I'm most afraid of. Where does the pinky come from? Rats. No rats invading the house anymore. They can try, but they'll become barbecue. Good. You tell them. Speaking of Red Bull, because I'm drinking a Red Bull, I apologize in advance if I end up burping on stream. It cannot be helped. Is it weird that I like drawing hands? Most people I know freaking hate drawing hands, but I kind of like drawing hands. Sometimes they look a little wonky, but like, they're kind of fun. Like, this pinky looks very wonky. Whoop. Why is my... There we go. They're kind of fun. The fun of drawing hands finds itself one finger away from a laugh. Yeah. You found a snake? That has a... Is that a snake or a caterpillar? As human-looking face or eyes? Ooh. Weird. To be fair, this drawing kind of ends like right about here, so I don't know how the hands are supposed to end, but I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna end up putting her in a box so that I don't have to worry about that. It's a caterpillar. That's even creepier than a snake. I was like, a snake having human eyes would be creepy, but a caterpillar having human eyes? That's freaking... That's spooky. That's spooky. Let's see, and her eyebrows are gonna be like right here ish. I'm going to get rid of that layer that we used as a guide. I'm wondering if I should bring the eyeliner up a little bit. You haven't ever seen a snake in person? You've never seen a snake in person? How have you avoided snakes? What? I used to bring home snakes all the time when I was a kid because I, believe it or not, would play outside. I had no fear of snakes or bugs or anything until I was older. But I used to bring home snakes all the time, and I would name them all the name of, like, my first grade crush. I fall! Yeah, I used to bring home snakes, and they were all named after this boy. Every single time I brought home a snake, and so my mom thought it was always the same snake, but no, it was just random snakes I found. Thank you! I still need to fix my mouth. I haven't gotten around to that yet, but see, I'm gonna put the pupil. I don't know if the pupils are right, but I think that's not necessarily too wrong. You know what sucks is now that I'm drawing this drawing, now I kind of do want to color it in. I know how I said at the beginning that I don't think I'm going to color any of these in because I want to get more heads done, but this is going surprisingly smooth. And I think it could be really pretty colored in. I don't know. Do I bother? Just stay in for a bit though. Okay. Brave little Billie, now afraid of bugs. I don't know what flipped in my brain, to be honest. I'm so scared of bugs now. Actually, I think I know exactly when I became afraid of bugs. I know exactly when I became afraid of bugs. I was once at my grandparents' house, and my grandfather was drinking a can of Diet Coke, and me being a child was like, I want some Coke. Not realizing, one, it was diet, and two, they weren't exactly the, like, neatest people. So he was drinking Diet Coke, but there was a can of Diet Coke that had been sitting out for like 2 days at least. It was hot, it was flat, and it was full of ants. So I downed little Billie, took a big old gulp of hot Diet Coke and ants. It was worse. And like I can actually still envision that texture to this day. That was and they're just ants. I mean, like, realistically, of all the bugs that it could have been, that's, like, the least bad bug. But, like, trauma. The trauma. Ugh. And now I'm, like, extra cautious about leaving drinks out or drinking anything that has been left out for like more than a few minutes without supervision. Because I never know. I never know when I'm gonna just get surprised by ants. Even ants like the Diet one? I hate Diet Coke now. I think it might also be a product of that incident, but I can't drink Diet Coke anymore. I have to be the full-loaded, diabetes-filled Coca-Cola. Mm-hmm. You've gulped down a community van too, and yeah, it's not pleasant. It's not. It's ugh. Blah. Something about it almost felt fuzzy. I think it was all their little legs. Like, ugh. Ugh. Gross. I think she needs an eyelid. I don't know where to put it. Because the exposure on this picture and the size of this picture are not very big. But I think that's about right. Okay, I'm gonna turn down the opacity and try to go over this layer with, like, realistically probably still the pencil. Because I like the way those lines are looking, but I want to give it a little bit better shape. This with the Diet Pepsi. Honestly, I can actually manage Diet Pepsi. There's something weird about it. It's like, I don't know. I can drink Coke Zero. I freaking love Coke Zero. I don't know how it's different from Diet Coke, but it just is. You stepped on an anthill one time? Oof. Oof, that does not sound pleasant. I used to poke anthills as a young goose. I don't know why, but I'd get a kick out of it. A long, long time ago. I used to also really love crushing beetles. I watched a lot of The Lion King as a child. And so beetles didn't used to scare me because I was like, oh, they're just grubs. Timon and Pumbaa eat these all the time. Kind of related, but completely unrelated. Has anybody here seen Lion King 1.5? Because I shit you not, that's a good movie. That's a good sequel. As long as you're not poking a hornet's nest. No, I know better than that. I've actually never been stung by any sort of bee, so I don't know if I'm allergic, and that scares the shit out of me as well. Most of the time you got injured when you were a kid, stepping on anthills, fucking up your knees, and having to use medicine that was painful. Ugh. Ugh. Oh no. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't get that hurt that much as a kid. I was like very calculated in my shenanigans. I have bad knees, but that's because I would always sit weird. Like I would sit in like a W shape with my like on my knees, but my legs going out. What sounds familiar? Oh, Lion King 1.5? Yeah. It's a great movie. You got stung by a bee once in your neck? Oh, no. No. That's awful. My sister's like relatively allergic, I think. If not like allergic, she has like a reaction. So I've always been really scared of bees, and I just wouldn't fuck with them. Like they're the one bug that actually concerned me as a kid, and now it's all bugs, but before the whole ant incident. I actually really like how this is coming out. I wasn't sure if it was gonna be any good at all. But like, look at the hair! It actually looks like hair! Oh, wow. Not as bad as your grandma who got stung on the tongue! The coffee cup was left unsupervised for a bit. Oh no! See, this is why you always gotta supervise your drinks. And people will always tell you, like, supervise your drinks at a bar. And while that's good advice, you also have to supervise your drinks outside when nobody else is around. Because, like, bugs! The only kind of good bugs are like bug VTubers, that's it. Is it bad that I'm considering copying and pasting the nose because I don't think I can draw it again? Sometimes I have to scribble to get my pencil to actually continue doing the thing that it was doing before. Bees are usually fine, but it's hard to stay calm when they're actively trying to infiltrate your can of soda. Yeah, for sure, for sure. I like honeybees. They don't bother me because I know they're not looking to fight. Wasps, however, wasps are like they have no point in society. Wasps can all die. Honeybees and like pollinator bees. But wasps, what good have they ever done for anybody? None. The correct answer is none. How would you describe your usual reaction to roaches? I have never come in contact with a roach, and I would like to keep it that way. I'm pretty sure they would disgust me. I was gonna keep the weird little like eye point, like whatever that little socket in the eye is called. I did not Google that from last time. I meant to. But I think I'm just gonna round out the eyes instead of trying to give them the little like whatever that's called. I think that's relatively right. Yeah, we're gonna keep it. How is that possible? Well, I live most of my life in New England, where I mean, like, I'm sure there were like gross restaurants that might have had cockroaches or something, but I don't know. I literally don't know. I don't think I've ever come into contact with one. I didn't live anywhere that was like particularly warm or tropical. Like I know that like Mr. Goose for a time lived in Texas and he would see roaches all the time. Why is my pencil doing that? There we go. About to say that Texas is tropical, but it is warm, and I feel like they do better in warm climates. They get bigger in warm climates at the very least. Those eyebrows look wonky. Why did I draw them like that? Ugh. I won't like that. Oh no! Why are we traumatizing me? I can't tell if those look better or worse. But I think I'm gonna leave them. One time we encountered a wave of them in a wall. That's terrifying. That's mortifying. But no. I would literally shit my pants. I don't think I've ever shat my pants in fear before, but I think a wave of cockroaches would do the trick. I genuinely think that would do the trick. That would be the one time I shit my pants. The count of elimination was pretty high that day. Aren't they like really hard to kill too? Aren't they like resistant to most types of like murder? Guys, this is coming out really good. Really good for my standards of drawing. Like, I'm actually really happy with that. The hell? They're not hard to kill. Why is it that I always hear they're hard to kill then? Is there like a different variation that might be? I know my mom spent some time in Florida when she was younger, and she used to talk about the types of roaches that they got, and no. Never in my wildest dreams would I want to deal with the roaches. I don't know if that's a straight line, but I'm gonna attempt and say it was. Ah. They like drawing hands. Kinda gave her a couple chubby fingers, but it's probably fine. What I don't like is how the bottom of this cup came out. They are resilient, but it's not like trying to fight a wolverine. I mean, that's fair. There are variations, of course, but that idea comes from the fact that they can survive radiation and stay alive for about a week without their What? There's a comparison between them and the Hydra because sometimes you squash one of them and other tiny ones suddenly come. Ew. Ew. No. No cockroaches. No cockroaches. Ugh. Feel like the bottom of this cup just keeps looking more and more wonky. And I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I'm sure I can figure it out, but I'm like... My pencil keeps doing that thing where it's like, it thinks I'm drawing on the side or something. I think the problem is my old cup ended like here. And so I was drawing the circle from this point, and it looked less wonky. Whatever, I give up on the cup. That's not the focus of the 100 Heads challenge. Babies, of course. So they're hardly the but not like it's, they can all die. Break the cockroaches. Do they die easily in fire? Could we just burn them all? No. I want this to be drawn. Maybe like that. Oh. Wow. Okay, and if I turn off that one, I forgot to draw the hat. That would be important. Importante. It's like the staple of her whole look. My freaking pencil! Okay. I'm not mad at that. Quite a good question. Good question. They probably do in high enough temperatures. Gotta kill them. Gotta kill them all. No cockroaches. And the next curse statement, apparently they have a bitter taste, the ones that are safe to eat. Why are people eating bugs? Like, I know they're supposed to be high in protein or some shit, but like, why? Who thought that was a good idea? No bugs for me, please. Okay. I think that this head, if I can get this one arm. I think this is done. Pretty much. Pretty much done. Yeah. And then I should probably draw, like, part of the hand behind. You know what? No. I'm gonna just, like, straight across with a big ol' eraser. Erase that. And then I'm gonna put her in a box. So that's what we do with parts of the body we don't want to draw. We put them in a box. Honestly, though, I think I might, like, cut the box short like this so that her hat's sticking out, because I think that could be kind of cool. You know? Like a 3D effect. It's a cultural thing to eat some bugs in some countries. In Brazil, people eat a specific type of ant. Huh! Clearly they haven't had it in Diet Coke! Warm, flat Diet Coke! I do get that. Some cultures eat it, but, like, I noticed that, like, it's becoming, like, it's, like, American thing. Like, I remember in elementary school, people brought in chocolate-covered cockroaches for no other reason than it was a shock factor thing. It was, like, a show and tell, and it was scary. It was scary. Let's see. Should I color this in? I said I wasn't gonna, but I kind of want to at least, like, color in the square. You know? Ah! There's, like, one spot that's out of the square that I just want to level off. There we go. You also have the ant with the strongest bite in the world, you think? Because they have a stinger! Ugh. I cannot imagine. Nor would I like to. That is the bleh, bleh, bleh. Bugs are my worst enemy. They're my worst enemy. Is it weird to color in the square but not the character? Would that be weird? Or would it be kind of aesthetic? I don't know. A character. This is a person. This is a person. But the figure, I guess, is the word I was looking for. Lives in the Amazon forest, if you're not mistaken, and also used for rituals where indigenous people put them in gloves and you have to wear them and endure the pain. That sounds like torture. I mean, power to whoever can do that, but like, that sounds not fun. I'm just realizing because I have the iPad like zoomed out, this looks like really pixely on my screen at least. I don't know if it does for you guys, but I'm wondering if I can just uniformly make it bigger and have it look a little better. A little bit. I was gonna put multiple heads on this page, but I kind of really like this character. I think, or this person. It looks good to me for my standards. Do I color it in? Do I color it in? If I shouldn't, then I should stop now. It's just, it looks like it would be so pretty. I think... Oh, also, if it sounds like really silent and everything, I have to get new background music. I need to find some background music. I can put some on until it yells at me, but... People who have a Y can endure almost any how. That makes sense. I just could never imagine doing that myself. Because I don't like bugs. And I'm also have a very low willpower. I would see a bug and I would be like, nope, and then I'd vomit. If they tried to put it on my hands, I would die. I might just like straight up die right then and there. No warning. Ah. Ooh, that's way too big of a brush. I feel like I might be ruining this a little bit. Who am I coloring it in? Can always delete the color after if I don't like it, or at least hide it, you know? Mixed feelings. Yeah, YouTube has a dislike of my BGM. Yeah! I don't know why. You think ants are a warning enough? This pencil makes it look like you're drawing on paper. Yeah! I honestly, like, I never realized how much just the 6B brush made me so happy. I actually really like this brush. I'm gonna move my mic a little bit this way in hopes that it stops blocking my tracking. Because I've noticed that, like, every so often, my mouth has not been moving. And it's always moving. Let's see, a blue hat. think that's a similar color blue. Yeah. Close enough. Womp, 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 womp. I'm so excited. I have a real estate agent coming out to look at my house in a couple weeks. To at least tell me like what I have to do to get it, or like get the most out of it when we go to sell. And I'm so excited to get out of the stupid freaking corn state. Oh yeah, that's exciting. And the floor, it has been leveled. And we bought more tile. So that should be done this weekend in the bathroom. And then I've done so much. We leveled it, and then I had to sand it, and then I had to patch it, and then I had to sand it. And it seems like I'm always patching or sanding things in this house. But of course, we got the bathroom floor started, and our water softener decides to act up, and I'm like, oh, fuck. Every time I fix something, something breaks. I shit you not. It's like the movie The Money Pit with Tom Hanks. I feel like Tom Hanks in The Money Pit. One step closer to leaving the corn behind. One step closer to the edge, and I'm about to break. But yes, cannot wait. Cannot wait to be in the land of like lobster ice cream. I feel like doing both sides of this doesn't match the picture, but doing it anyways. Kind of hidden behind her cup more in the picture than it is in my drawing, but I think I drew the cup too small. Okay, so we got the blue. Now we need a skin shade. How's this one? That could be close enough. When I add all my like highlights and shadows and stuff, if I add highlights and shadows. I don't think this one needs to be fully rendered. And I know I said that and I colored it anyways, but fully rendering is different than coloring, right? Because I've already been, I spent another hour on a head. Me, I'm just gonna sketch these so that I can save time and get more than 2 heads done today. Also me. Fully freaking renders. Or colors. I don't know how to just sketch things. If I either abandon it or I like color it in. No in between. It looks much brighter on my computer screen than it does on the iPad. But that might be because the battery still isn't like very charged. It's at like 5% charged. Great. Let's see, we need a white for the eyes. Color the pupil in after. You didn't even attempt to color anything right now? First, you need to make the drawings look good. It's hard! It's hard to color, and it's hard to do line art, and it's hard to do everything. That's why I was like, I'm just drawing sketchy lines. I don't care. Today is not a day for nice, fine line art. Did I just draw this on the skin layer? I drew it on the freaking skin layer! Why'd I do that? It's fine. I fixed it. I fixed it. Let's see. And then the cup is like an even brighter pink than this pink. But I think that's too dark. So I need to go like... yeah. Something like that. And you know what? I don't care that that's on the same layer as the scleras. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I should probably color in the white of the shirt, but I think I'm just gonna do that as like the bottommost layer after everything else is colored in. Did I forget to draw the bottom of the cup? No. Okay. I thought for a second. I mean, I kind of did. I only drew in part at the bottom of the cup, but that's fine. The eternal 5%. It's never gonna charge. I'm so bad about charging my devices. It's bad. Let's see, what else is new? I watched Sonic 3 for the first time the other day. I don't know why, but I really like the Sonic movies. I genuinely could not explain why if I was asked, but they're pretty good. I also saw Minecraft. It wasn't good. Like, it wasn't like, oh my god, this movie's the best movie ever, but it also wasn't nearly as bad as I was expecting. Maybe it's just because I went in with like on the floor expectations. But I did catch that one of the things in it was a mod. Like, they had a chef there, or like a cook in the village, and I was like, that's a mod. That's not an in-game villager type. At least not to my knowledge. Ooh, yeah. I don't know why I've been on a kick of like the most random movies that I need to watch right now, but feels like that. But I also kind of love shitpost movies. I don't know. There's something very fun about a shitpost movie. Let's see. I need to erase some of this pink from the straw off of the lips. And then behind the lips, I'm gonna do like at least on this side. And then on this side, I'll do that. And then, oh, white. Sure, that works. You were looking at some Discord conversations and got a notification a bit. Susie posted her first video! Oh, I gotta go check it out. That's exciting! I love Susie! See, I'm gonna change this background color to purple so that I can see the shirt. I'm gonna have to check that out after. I knew she had the YouTube channel set up. I didn't know that there was anything planned quite right away. But I'm so proud of her. Boom, 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 boom. Oh my god, I just like went way outside the lines. You think I'm not gonna rush this head so that I can go see what's going on? I'm very curious. Hell yeah. Have you joined the Discord server? I have not. Honestly, I didn't know that they had a Discord server. Not all of the posts will translate for me, so sometimes I miss things. I try to translate as many of them as I can so that I can keep informed, stay updated. But not all of them translate. Sometimes it does make me tempted to just like learn Portuguese. I think it would be kind of a good thing to learn, but that way I can stay better informed. And I mean, French was super easy for me. not to like toot my own horn, but like I feel like I could pick up another language fairly easy if I tried. I was really good at sign language too for a minute there, but then, you know, you stop using it and you lose it. Oh no, I put this behind the hair. I gotta put that above the hair so I can see my little lashes. Beautiful. Beautiful. That's not what I meant to do. I meant to turn this to white. And then do a clipping mask and then like a blue. Going in with big blocky shapes and hoping for the best. Sometimes that's all you can do. Wow. Would you look at that? It looks like the picture doesn't fully end on the bottom. Some of the old gang have found their way there already. Oh, hell yeah! Wasn't sure if you knew about. I didn't know. I didn't know. Gotta love old friends though. Clip a mask. Bum, bum, bum. If you go to her channel, you can find the link. Oh, perfect. I will have to check that out for sure. As you can tell, I'm very bad at using Discord. I like to be, like, you know, I like to follow Discords and stuff when I can. But I'm so bad at using Discord. I never know what to post or say or chat. I am trying to figure out how to do Discord wash-alongs. I've been researching mildly so that I can figure that out and set that up for us, but I don't know. I don't understand Discord. It took all of my brain power to set up the Discord. It's looking better as I render it, but I'm like, how far do I want to go? How far do I want to take this drawing? Beautiful. Holy shit. I'm actually getting good at shadows. Or maybe not good, but like faster. Faster for sure. I didn't really use any actual light sources to figure out like where the highlights are supposed to be, but I think that works. Oh, I'm sure. I can't wait to see her there. You don't know what to say in most cases, so you usually just follow the waves that other people start. Yeah. I overthink everything, and I do this on Twitter too, where I will have like a whole post typed and ready to fucking go. And then I'm like, maybe not. I'm like, maybe this sounds dumber than I anticipated. And then I don't post. Do you know how many times I have deleted a draft that I have been working on for like 20 minutes? I need to stop overthinking though, because I think some of my tweets would have been bangers. Like, I thought I was gonna get a negative reaction for some reason when I did the, like, the boob book trend with my little, like, goose meme. And everybody thought it was funny. And I was like, hell yeah, I did something right. So I just need to go with it, you know? Need to learn to go with the flow. Let's see, and boom. Now, hypothetically, if I do this as an add layer and then I put it like that. Heck yeah. Sometimes you start to write something on one of my posts and honestly, feel free to comment whatever. Feel free to comment whatever. If I don't know what to say, I just like things because sometimes I'll think of a silly response and I'm like, this sounds bitchier in text. Sometimes I'll type something and I'm like, this is dry humor, right? Like it's like a borderline British humor. And then I'm like, I sound bitchy, so that I don't post it. I don't know how to type through text without either sounding like I'm screaming by using a billion exclamation points or just sounding like a bitch. Gah! It went to sleep. Uncalled for. What if this or what if that syndrome? Yeah. Yeah. The struggle is real. Let's see. What was my... I think it was this pink that I did for shadows. I don't think I want to do that big. I need to do some sort of shadow, like, above the eyelid, because it's looking a little strange. There's no definition there. Okay, I like how that eyelid came. I'm on the wrong layer. that kind of worked. And then I'm gonna do a blushy. And it looks like her blush comes like right under the eye. And then over here. I'm gonna do just a little bit on the nose. Or maybe not the nose, but like under the brow. And then I'm gonna set it to multiply and lighten that up. I think that was effective. Hell yeah. To be fair, you can say whatever. By this point, you just assume that you lack context. That's fair. I constantly also lack context, so no worries. If like ever you're like wanting to post whatever, because I literally I don't know how to type. One of my friends told me I had to start using emojis because she never knows when I'm intentionally being a bitch. So I always use emojis with her. And you know what? Our communication has gotten significantly better. I'll be like, sup, bitch, and then just put a smiley face so she knows I'm being nice and not being like, sup, bitch, you know? Like, she knows my context. It's actually very effective. It's very effective. I need this pink, but I need it darker. Honestly, I'm kind of glad I rendered this a little more. I think it's coming out mildly effective. This might not be perfect, but it's looking way better than I expected. I'm gonna take like dark brown on top. Hell yeah. Oop, that didn't come out right. There we go. And honestly, I'm just gonna erase the line art I did for the pupil. That's too big of a brush. That way I can go here and I can do my highlight. And we need like a golden brown. Clipping mask. The soft blend. Wanted to do the motion blur. And then overlay. No. Is it hard line or add? Yeah, we'll do add. Okay. I think I'm done with this. There could be more that I could do, but emoji does add emotional context. That's fair. That's fair. I have to search my emojis. I constantly am searching emojis. There's like a little search bar on the top that it's like search for what you're looking for. You have to hit done once you actually pick the emoji you want. And I always like am afraid to hit that done button and have the text send before I reread it 3 more times. I'm so bad at communicating. My freaking iPad keeps not dying, but sleeping. Oh! I'm pretty sure it doesn't even show my passcode when I type it in, but I'm just so paranoid that it's gonna. So, but yeah, I think this one's done. I think this is fairly effective. I'm gonna save it. So I am actually gonna hide this again. Save it as a JPEG. Save image. I might add more to it later. I'm not really sure, but for now, that head's done. I don't know how many heads we're gonna get to today. I thought we were gonna get to like 2 or 3, but like honestly, I'm really excited to go check out Susie's new video. I'm really excited for that. And to join the Discord, because I didn't know that was a thing. But now I'm really excited. I did tell myself I was gonna stream for 2 hours today, though. I like kind of committed to it in my brain. Also, I'm wondering if I should duplicate that a few times. It kind of helps it a little bit. Wow. Even if the solution in case is just of leak is to just change it later. Yeah. This actually makes me really happy. I feel like this shows significant improvement over the course of my 100 heads, like especially from this one. This was awful. This was god awful. This one's a masterpiece. I mean, like, there's no arguing that one's just a masterpiece. And this one's okay. And I don't know what happened here, but I like this one. It's cute. It's like girly pop. Just assume that he would have noticed and was too shy to ask. I mean, there's always that too. There's always that too. What is... I just got a notification and I don't know what from. Oh, that's fine. Ah. It's pretty, thank you! Might have to render more later. But I can't focus on rendering. No more rendering. Let's see, who else do we have for a head? You know, I could probably draw some sort of sunglasses, but... A secret notification. It was just Twitch telling me that somebody that I don't know is streaming because they've been trying to get me to watch more Twitch. Like, legit. That was it. I thought it was Discord, though, because I saw purple. And so it was like, who's messaging me on Discord? As we speak about Discord, but it was just... Maybe I'll draw a clown. Maybe I'll do a clown sketch. That seems complicated. I don't know what head to draw. I'm gonna shrink the iPad and make this a little bigger while I hunt for a head to draw. Maybe I'll try drawing this one, actually. This is really pretty. This is really pretty. I love the soft pinks. I'm not gonna worry about coloring this one, and I mean it this time. I'm not gonna color this one. I'm just gonna draw the head. Yell at me if I start coloring things in. I think I am gonna do it on a square drawing, though. Square canvas. And Headhunter! Yes! Let's see, 6B. And you know what? To make it fit the aesthetic, I'm gonna sketch in pink, which you can't even tell this is pink on my OBS. But it's pink. So let's see, we need a circle. And where do we want to place the circle? I would probably say in like the middle. And then the eyes are kind of like this way, but they also kind of go more up. Right? Or is it just a straight? Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Hi! Hello! I'm trying to draw heads without rendering them and failing miserably. Suddenly got some motivation to jump out a bit sooner. Yeah, I want to attempt to stream for 2 hours. So that's it. But now I'm like, I need to know. My curiosity is piqued. Let's see if this is the cranium. And then we have like a little bit of cheek, right? And then a relatively straight line. And then we have to have a jaw. That seems way too pointy though. I need to learn to draw. I need to learn to like do these quickly so that we can get through the 100 heads. There's no way in hell we're ever gonna get to 100 heads if I keep drawing at this pace. You went to the doctor because you threw up and your girlfriend was worried but had to take care of the dogs. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm glad you're fine now. That sounds super chaotic. It's one of those short essays you haven't watched beyond the first few seconds. It's good to hear her voice. Yeah! Go, Susie! I can't wait to see what she's up to. I feel like that eyebrow is not right, but also if this ends up being cursed, it'll follow by the pattern of drawing one good drawing and then one cursed drawing for every 100 heads. And you know, I think that's tradition at this point. Who am I to deny tradition? Oh gosh. Yeah, this one's gonna be cursed. It's already looking like handsome Squidward. Oh, thank you! I try. My art, it fluctuates. Like sometimes this happens. Sometimes this happens. But sometimes this happens. And it works out nice. Speaking of the devil. Let's see. I don't know how this is gonna work. I don't... This looks like handsome Squidward! It was really chaotic. Your mom was calling asking if you're all right, and 3 dogs barking. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Well, I hope you get to relax now. That is really chaotic. I have only 1 dog, but I have 3 cats, and like if they can be chaotic, I can imagine. That sounds so stressful. At least your girlfriend was taking care of you, and like I know you said things are better now, so I'm hoping that's true and things are okay now. Have you tried some Pepto-Bismol? Sometimes that helps with the vomit. It's good for that nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea. Their song it's an amazing theme song. This is looking so wonky. What did I do wrong? Did I give her too much of a jaw? I mean, that could very well be it. My lines could also just be really thick. You had your gremlin girlfriend. Ah! Well, good. You listen to her. She sounds like a good person who knows what she's doing. You listen to the gremlin. I just realized suddenly that I do not know how to draw this hair. I was like, oh, this hair is so pretty. I have no idea how to draw this hair. We're gonna wing it. What did I do? What am I doing? This looks What is this? It looks pretty easy to draw, but think of the shape of the hair. Yeah, I'm struggling. It looks easy to draw, but like at the same time, there's so many curls and shapes that like my brain is so fried. It's called art. Yeah. What if I move the head down so that I have more room to draw the hair? What if I just move it down a little bit? Because I think that's also part of the problem is the hair is very big. Right? And so like that's my excuse. I want the hair to have a big bump like right here. Okay, big bump there. And then it's gonna come in. And we got like a part here. And then we've got like a swoop, but not there. Where does the swoop start? The swoop starts like here. And then like and then we get like a whoop. And then we get like a whoop. Oh gosh. It's gonna be one of those days. I can tell. It's already been one of those days, but it's gonna be one of those days where my drawing just doesn't make sense. Or it's gonna be a masterpiece, but like of the meme variety. And then I want the hair. This piece wraps around. Look at that. And then I don't. Like, what is going on in this corner? It goes boom, But then it like looks like it comes back? Like, what is going on? Maybe it's because this is supposed to be bigger. This shoop's supposed to be bigger. And then we're supposed to have a loop like that. And then another loop. But then there's also some going this way. So what is going what? Maybe go like this? You know what? This is supposed to just be like a rough sketch of this head, right? Like that's the goal. The perfectionist in me is being like, no, Billie. No, Billie. You gotta do more, but I need to just do the shape. That's all I need. Do you do Minecraft and Sims? I do Minecraft and Sims, yeah. From time to time. It's been a while since I played Minecraft. I actually really want to play it again. It's just, I started this 100 Heads series, and then I started a V-Roid series, and now I'm like, when am I gonna find the time? I'm also, like, home repairing, so it might be a minute, but I do anticipate going back to them eventually. I think I drew the neck too thick. Comes out like, we'll put it like there. Ooh, ooh. I'm gonna be honest, I'm very socially awkward, so I don't know many people, but I am curious who. You know, this could be a lot worse, actually, now that I'm looking at it. This could be a lot worse. Salem Pie. Ooh, okay, I'll look them up. I'll look them up. Even if it's just to watch content, because sometimes I like to watch other people's content, so, like, I don't know. It helps me think of how I can change things about mine and or, like, seem more interesting, because sometimes I really think that I just need to be more interesting. Sometimes I'm a little too subdued, you know? I'm like, what are other people talking about? And I watch a lot of simmers, but there's like Plumbella and James Turner and Satch on Sims and Trashed Out Z. I watch a lot of simmers. You know, this is not nearly as bad. This is not as bad as I thought it was going to be. It's definitely not great, but she has like a lack of forehead here. Like, something's wrong with it, but you get that. You're more of a game developer and pixel game artist. Sometimes as a story artist, and then that. Ooh! Ooh! I want to learn how to do pixel art one day. I think it'd be really cool. It fascinates me how you can get things to look so rendered with just a few pixels, but I also don't think I have the brain capability for it. Like, I don't think I could do it, but it seems so cool. And the games that are like resulting of that are really cool too. Like, I really love Potion Permit. That was a really good one. I feel like maybe I need to make the hair a little bigger in the front. Because I feel like she has an outstanding lack of a forehead. And maybe, like, some eyelashes? The eyes are weird. The eyes are what's weird. That explains so much now that I'm taking a second look. Okay, so I'm gonna try to fix the eyes, and then I do think I might call it because I have curiosities. I don't think I made that eye any better. Let's see, the eye... She has, like, these swoopy lashes. And then a couple, like... I just made that so much worse. I made that so much worse! Ugh! Then, like, a weird teardrop shape. I don't like line art. It's hard. No, I'm literally just struggling to draw this. I don't know why. It seems like it's an easy position, but there's so many proportions, and, like, I think my brain is a little fried. I got, like, no sleep last night. I was explaining that at the beginning of the stream. I got, like, no sleep at night because my cat was a bitch. My brain is, like, not computing anything. And I've been drinking Red Bull, which, while it gives me wings, sometimes those wings are, a little bit hyperactive. So it's not you. It's not you at all. There's just also another streamers thing I want to see, and my brain is dead. People talking gives me something to talk about, so never apologize for talking. There's a lot to look at, figure out, and translate into drawing. It's part of the process. Yeah. This is true. I am considering doing, like, some head sketches off stream and then coloring them on stream. Like, so that way I can take my time sketching and then color them and render them on stream, so that way we can get through the 100 heads much faster too. Because if I do the sketching, the line art, and the drawing on stream, it's gonna take us years. Anatomy classes coming in clutch. I need to learn anatomy clutch, or, like, anatomy in general, but I don't know any. It's not that bad. It's just my eye, like, the eyes, I feel like something is wrong with them. It might just even be that I have, like, the sketch layer underneath still. It's just something is not eyeballing, you know? But I also hold myself in, like, unrealistic standards. It is something I acknowledge. We are all yappers here. Honestly, I need to yap. Or I don't know. I need to yap. If I don't yap, I'll die. I'll explode. Red Bull. If you're ever in the market for a Red Bull, there is this June berry one. It's sugar-free. And it tastes very blueberry to me. But if I'm not mistaken, it tastes like what the blueberry Red Bull used to taste like, and now the blueberry Red Bull tastes weird. I don't know how to explain it, but this Juneberry one, it's my favorite. It comes in like a matte blue can. It's like, ah, my iPad fell asleep. Let me turn this back on. What battery percentage are we at? We're at 5%, still the eternal 5%. It's like this blue can. That's not the right brush to do an example of color with. It's like a, is that a opaque level or layer? This blue, there we go. It's like this blue can, which is a little bit lighter than Red Bull. But like the Red Bull blue, I would say, is more like this blue. But you look for this blue, and it's Juneberry, and it's delicious. I do think I'm going to merge down all my other layers and maybe try to do the line art a little bit better, a little bit cleaner. Ah. Okay, that looks like it at least makes sense. I'm going to turn the opacity down on that layer so I can see a little better. Mostly drink Monster. Ooh, I love the white Monster. The white Monster, it's like citrus. That one's my favorite. You don't usually drink energy drinks, mostly water, soda, and occasional wine. Ooh. That's fair. I drink a lot of coffee and a lot of energy drinks. My favorite used to be the white Monster of like all time. And then I got into Venom for a while, which is like the cheapest, not very good energy drink ever, but they were like literally $1. And I was like, you cannot go wrong for $1. And then I was into Rockstar for a bit. And now I've been on a Red Bull kick. I cannot get that line to match up. There we go. Fancy one. Am I the only one who thinks that beer just kind of tastes like pissy wheat water? 5% wheat juice. I've never gotten the hype of beer, if I'm being so honest. Mr. Goose will drink beer. Occasionally. But I'm like, it smells gross. It was kind of the original Green Monster, followed by the Ultra Strawberry Dreams, and oh, Strawberry Dreams. That sounds delicious. You don't like beer either, Light Darkness? I'm not alone. And your dad loves. See, Mr. Goose loves what is it? The champagne of beers is what they call it. It's Miller High Life, I think. I don't know why they call it the champagne of beers. I think it's because it's supposed to be like lighter and like a little less like making you burp all the time. If I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken. I say if I'm not mistaken all the time and nobody ever corrects me, and then I'll rewatch my VOD and I'll be like, I was so wrong. Nobody corrected me. I'm just making this hair up at this point. Like, I don't know what happened here. Like, it doesn't look bad necessarily, but I've definitely just like stopped looking at the reference and I'm like, how can I make this hair look curly? It's kind of working. Let's see, from that, we gotta like bring something down, right? Your dad made you not have period parties because we know he would be drunk as a nail after him, and when he's drunk, he gives out money to people. Hey, at least it's a nice drunk thing to do. If I successfully get the line art done on this hair, I will be so beyond happy. I will feel like I succeeded today. Which I think, you know what? That actually might be good. That might be good. I might just consider it good at the very least. We'll get that done. I used to be a like when I would drink more frequently, when I was closer to just being legal, and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna drink everything all the time. Um, I drank a lot of vodka. I couldn't get behind beer because it was like it smelled weird and it made me burp and it tasted bad. Um, but I fucking love vodka. It tasted like nothing. It blended into everything and got the job done. Vodka and cranberry. You know what? This is actually coming together quite nicely. Would you look at that? Maybe I just had to bully myself into drawing better. That does happen. You remember the first beer you had? You had to say you were underage, only 17, but I also was underage when I had my first drink. But I think that's kind of par for the course. Not that I'd recommend it. I'd honestly recommend very highly against it. But I think everybody has a sneak here and there. We all have our childish adventures, if you will. It's part of being young. And also, welcome back, Light! You tasted beer and some other drink when underage and only started to drink wine recently. I had a pass because I grew up pretty, like, how do I put this? When you lose a parent, nobody questions you. And so I kind of got a free pass to do whatever I wanted a lot of the time, which looking back was not as fun as it sounds, but I did a bit of drinking. But now I don't, and it's funny because now that I can, I don't. How you met the gremlin? You chugged it? Oh no! Well, at least it's a cute story. It's a cute story. I was gonna go into a story, but I'm like, I probably shouldn't share that one. It happens sometimes. Let's see. I want to give her an eyelid, and then I think I'm gonna consider this line art done, at least for now. I feel like the mouth needs to move. But maybe not. Because I tried to move it, and it looked weirder, so I'm gonna leave the mouth. Oh, I see what the problem is. She's missing teeth. I gotta give her some teethy teeths. So not like that. Oh my goodness. I'll worry about the teeth later when I render it. You're behind on lore. I'm sorry. Okay, so I need to do an updated lore video. I deleted my last lore video because I overshared some stupid things. But I have been thinking about doing another one soon-ish, so maybe that should become a priority, is reinstating lore. But yes, there is in fact a Mr. Goose. He is very elusive. He is drawn to be looking like Hank Hill. I used to call him Honk on stream instead of Mr. Goose, but then it got very confusing because, you know, sometimes I rage honk and I'm just like honk, and then I don't want people to think I'm yelling at my husband. Vampire teeth, yeah. It didn't come out very good. Also, I don't know how I'm like messing these pupils up so bad. I want them to be flirty, but she keeps looking like shocked. You know what? We're gonna leave the pupils out of here for now. Overall, this could be a lot worse. I think the hair actually came out kind of cute with all the curls. I'm gonna consider it a win. I'm gonna duplicate this layer in hopes that it comes out a little thicker. Actually, if I duplicate, I'm curious to see what happens. I'm gonna color this one blue and this one red. She's 3D down. I wonder if this would actually work in like a 3D glasses. Wow. Look at that. 3D action. Do you feel like you're in the Spy Kids movie? Wow. I don't know why it actually kind of looks cool from far away, but I probably won't keep it like that. But it does look really pretty in red. Let me get rid of that and like make it a little bigger for you. Where is Pinterest? There we go. We'll make the iPad nice and big. Yeah. It works. It works well enough. That's so bad. I'm pleasantly surprised. I'm pleasantly surprised with today's drawings. We didn't have as big of a fail. I accidentally added one too many. Yeah, delete that. Today we drew this, which came out quite nice. Quite nice. And we drew the line art for this one, which I think overall came out not terrible. It did turn out amazing compared to how it started, didn't it? Let's, I'll combine those layers. I can always rechange the color. This one came out very wonky. I don't know how I went from there to here. Or here, I should say. I don't know how we did it, but we did it. I'm proud. And it looks significantly better than this one. So, I think we won. It's a win in the books. Another win for Billy Goose. The silly goose. On the loose. And yeah. It's dark goose magic. No, I'm a good goose. What do you mean? What do you mean? When have I ever done anything evil, ever? Oh my gosh. I'm so nice and so sweet. You're gonna scare people off, like. You can't let them know. Ah. I'm not gonna eat you. I'm not gonna eat you. I only eat chicken. And sometimes beef. Oh my god. Guys. Okay. This is probably random and out of nowhere, but speaking of food, I made a really good soup. It's less of a soup and more of a pasta at this point because of the pasta absorbed like all the water. But it's got like everything you could ever want in it. Okay. I took onions and garlic and I sauteed them in a pan, and then I added tomato, like diced tomatoes, and then I added a can of tomato soup, and I added corn, and I added beans, and I added a bunch of beef broth, and I added spinach and parsley and basil, and then I let it cook for a while, and then I added ditalini pasta, which is like these tiny little like circular pastas. They're kind of like rotini, but like really tiny. Random out of nowhere sounds like, yeah. But that's what makes me me. Tano geese that was eaten by a dog. Now I'm scared, Light. Is your dog gonna eat me? Is that why he's at the farm? Oh my god, I keep burping because I have Red Bull. I'm trying not to burp into the mic, but I don't know if you can hear it. Oh, I made soup today. Yesterday, or was it the day before? I think it was Sunday. Sunday, I made spinach and artichoke dip, and I made my own chips with wontons, with wonton wrappers. I baked them, and they came out so crispy. They were a little burnt, but it worked out fine. They were delicious. Grandma made you pasta last night, and you had to help. She don't know how to cook. Oh. Pasta takes a little bit of finesse, not gonna lie. Because you can't just throw it in the water. You gotta salt the water. You gotta make sure you cook it for the right time. And sometimes the right time isn't what's on the box. You know, pasta's actually a lot harder than people give it credit for. No, not that one. He's there because he bit your mom. Oh. The dog and the geese are a tale from before your time. Oh. The light monkey darkness lore. What else did I make recently? I've been cooking a lot because I'm trying to like save money but not go hungry. And I've gotten to an expert status of grocery shopping, and it might be a really random stream, but expect like how to grocery shop like a pro to come out in the next like month or two, because I have been taking notes on what I've been doing, and I saved 20% on my grocery bill this week. That's wild. That's wild. A dog, yeah. That sounds like it's a big old story. Like, that sounds so sad. But, you know, sometimes it happens, and, like, I don't know. My dad got bit by a dog once, and it was kind of entirely his fault. I want more dogs. But I need to get the frick out of my corn country before I can get more dogs. Okay. I've successfully streamed for over 2 hours. We should Kitchen of Hell reaction stream. Ooh, that's a good idea. I gotta go back to cooking streams. I will once I move. Maybe even before I move. Who knows? Depending on how things go. But a real estate agent's coming out in 2 weeks, so I have to be clean. I can't have like streaming stuff everywhere. Yeah, probably for the best. Moving with dogs is complicated. Yeah, I have 4 pets and everywhere has a pet limit of 2. So I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do. I'm literally thinking me and Mr. Goose might have to rent 2 apartments so that I stay in one and he stays in the other, and then we can each take 2 pets, so that way we can bring all our pets. Because, like, what the fuck? A reaction stream would be nice. How do I do that without getting, like, immediately taken off of YouTube? Do I just have to, like, link everything in the description? I'm so worried of getting kicked off YouTube. I don't know why. Like, I don't really have that much reason to. You get 3 strikes, and I haven't gotten a strike. So I'm like, I'll have to look into that, because that could be really fun. I've thought about doing React content before. I don't know how to do it. I am looking into watch-alongs for Discord. I'm looking into it. The thing is, it seems like you have to have Netflix, which I do not have Netflix because I like physical media and I don't like streaming services. So I don't know how to do that necessarily, and I have to look into that because every tutorial that I've seen has been like, this is how you do it with Netflix. Yeah, we might do that there instead. Speaking of, anybody who is not involved in the Discord, you can come join us. We got cute emotes. Anywho, I do think it's time for this goose to fly the coop and eat her soup. We got an extra rhyme on there. But I will see you on Friday, where I will be giving my presentation on sticky situations. I committed to the PowerPoint. I finished the PowerPoint. We're going to learn all about adhesives and other ways to stick things to other things. So it'll be great. It'll be a fun time. You've been waiting for that? Hell yeah! We'll see it there. Oh, see you Friday. And you'll see my amazing PowerPoint skills and all my transitions that are like all the same transitions.